On June 16, 2015, under the dazzling lights of Trump Tower, Donald Trump descended the now iconic golden escalator, marking the start of one of the most controversial and unexpected presidential campaigns in American history. With no prior political experience and never having held any elected office, Trump entered the race as a true outsider. But what he lacked in political background, he made up for with something few candidates had: unmatched national name recognition from decades in business, entertainment, and reality television. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," or MAGA, was more than just a catchphrase. It became the symbol of a populist wave, rallying voters who felt sidelined by globalization, job outsourcing, and what they saw as the failures of traditional politics. Trump made headlines daily with blunt, often shocking statements on immigration, border security, and trade policy. His promise to build a wall along the US-Mexico border and his fierce criticism of China grabbed national attention. Dismissed by political analysts and relentlessly attacked by the media and even fellow Republicans, Trump nevertheless gained momentum. Gradually, he surged past 16 well-established Republican contenders, senators, governors, and seasoned politicians alike. In the 2016 general election, he faced former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, a candidate with deep political ties and a powerful party machine behind her. The campaign became one of the most polarizing in United States history, sparking nationwide debates about America's future. And then, on November 8, 2016, defying all polls and expert predictions, Donald Trump achieved a historic upset victory, elected as the 45th President of the United States. From the very first days of his presidency, Donald Trump made it clear he had no intention of following Washington's traditional playbook. He moved quickly to deliver on key campaign promises, withdrawing from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, renegotiating NAFTA into the USMCA, and enacting the largest tax cuts in decades through the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Trump took a hardline stance on immigration, issuing travel bans on citizens from several Muslim-majority countries, escalating deportations of undocumented immigrants, and aggressively pushing for construction of the border wall. In the judicial arena, he reshaped the federal judiciary by appointing hundreds of conservative judges, including 3 Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, altering the court's ideological balance for generations. Economically, Trump presided over record-low unemployment rates and a booming stock market, until the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted global systems. Yet his tenure was marked by relentless controversy. His frequent use of Twitter to bypass traditional media often sparked national and international uproars. Foreign relations with key allies became strained. At home, racial tensions, police brutality protests, and deep political divisions erupted across the country. In 2019, Trump became the 3rd U.S. president ever to be impeached, over allegations of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress related to Ukraine. Then, in 2021, he became the first president in history to be impeached twice, this time for inciting the January 6 Capitol riot. Acquitted by the Senate on both occasions, Trump's impeachment trials became defining moments of a presidency that, honestly, left America more polarized than ever before. After leaving the White House in January 2021, many expected Donald Trump to retreat from the political spotlight, but instead he, remained a central figure in American political life. Trump didn't just fade away. He actually ramped up his presence. He held large rallies all across the country, endorsed dozens of candidates in the 2022 midterm elections, and honestly, he continued to shape the Republican Party's identity. Those loyal to Trump, often labeled as America First candidates, gained significant ground within the GOP. This really shifted the party further toward his populist platform. Despite being permanently banned from Twitter, until Elon Musk later restored his account, and facing suspensions from other major social media platforms, Trump found alternative ways to reach his base. Through interviews, press releases, and his own platform Truth Social, his voice honestly remained loud and influential. Trump relentlessly pushed claims that the 2020 election had been stolen, fueling widespread belief in voter fraud among his supporters. This ongoing narrative became a political rallying point, further intensifying divisions. Even as he faced multiple investigations, including probes into his finances, handling of classified documents, and his role in the January 6th events, Trump's influence remained strong. To his supporters, he's a fighter battling the so-called deep state. To his critics, he's a threat to American democratic norms. As the nation remains deeply divided, one question lingers. Will Donald Trump run for president again in 2024? Behind the headlines of politics and business, Donald Trump is also a husband, father, and grandfather with a multi-generational family legacy. Trump has been married 3 times. His first marriage to Ivana Trump, a former Czech model and ski champion, lasted from 1977 to 1992 and produced 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. His second marriage to actress Marla Maples brought the birth of Tiffany Trump, and his current marriage to Melania Trump, a Slovenian-born former model, began in 2005 and gave him his youngest son, Barron. Trump's adult children have played prominent roles in both his business empire and political career. Ivanka served as a senior advisor in the White House, while Donald Jr. and Eric became key figures on the campaign trail and within the Trump organization. Trump's personal life has been a frequent topic of tabloid stories, from glossy spreads in People and Vanity Fair to headline-making scandals. Yet through it all, Trump has carefully cultivated an image of wealth, power, and high living. Whether at Mar-a-Lago, on the golf course, or aboard his private jet, Donald Trump has always lived and marketed life on, well, a grand scale. From a New York real estate tycoon to reality TV star and ultimately President of the United States, Donald J. Trump's journey is one few could have predicted. He didn't just change how campaigns are run, he changed how a president communicates with the nation. He set new precedents for executive power, social media engagement, and honestly, political polarization. To his supporters, Trump remains a disruptor of the status quo, a voice for forgotten Americans. To his opponents, he's seen as a divisive populist and a threat to democratic institutions. His legacy is still being written. Trump ignited national conversations about power, media trust, and the future of American politics. And the story isn't over. As Trump continues to loom large over the political landscape and keeps open the possibility of another presidential run, one thing is certain: Donald Trump will continue shaping America's narrative in ways no one can ignore.